Have you tried a vegetable moi moi before? Come on, let's do this together. This is one of the most nutritional moi moi I've ever eaten, and one of the most tastiest moi moi I've ever eaten as well. To make this moi moi, you have to soak your beans overnight, then wash it thoroughly and take off all the skin from the beans. You have to wash and rinse until it is thoroughly clean, just like in this video. And then go with your following ingredients, which is the onions, your ginger, peel out the skin, wash and rinse, and then cut it into smaller pieces to allow it blend easily in your blender. You can use any quantity of your choice. It depends on how much you like ginger. While you're making all this, make sure you put your egg on the fire. If you're going to be using beef or you're going to be using fish, make sure you parboil it. Then you go ahead with your pepper. After thoroughly washed, you can slice it or put it like that in the blender for it to blend. Make sure you put all your ingredients in the beans before taking it to blend in your blender. It was at this point we're heading to add the main ingredients of this moi moi, which is our pumpkin leaf. Then you have to slice it to a smaller quantity to allow it blend easily. Guys, this was the main ingredient in our moi moi. This was what made our moi moi to look greenish. It was so yummy. Then I went ahead to add crayfish to this. You need to put plenty quantity of crayfish for it to give it that yummy taste that you are looking for. Crayfish is another ingredient that brings up a very yummy taste in your meal. And if you want your meal to taste so delicious, you need to put plenty crayfish so that you will not add too much of spicy, just to bring up a good taste in your food. So at this point, we took it to the blender and it was blending. You have to blend till smooth to give it a good and a smooth texture. So at this point, we were done with the first batch of the beans and we went ahead to put in the second batch. It was at this point I had to use my hand because the spoon wasn't doing justice to what I wanted. And don't forget to add in water before taking this to the blender to allow it to blend so that it can give it a very good and smooth texture. So let's go there. So here we are blending the second batch and this was it, guys. While you're blending this, note you must be testing it. Use your hand. You can use spoon to dish it out so that you feel the texture of the beans at that point. So here it was ready. I added salt to taste and I added my seasoning cube to taste. You need to be testing it while you are putting all these ingredients so that you do not have too much of salt or too much of seasoning. So I added dry pepper because the fresh pepper I used wasn't enough. Then after testing it, I added seasoning again. Then I had dry scent leaf. I then added it to give it that good aroma and taste. Then stir everything to combine. It was at this point, guys, we then added our groundnut oil. Guys, at this point everything was yummy. It was, the aroma was just out of this world. It was then we took it to our disposable takeaway, added our cooked egg. Yes, we sliced it into 2 halves, added it. Then because we are not having enough of the disposable, we had to use a nylon to cook our moi moi. And guys, this was one of the best moi moi I've ever eaten. My sister did a perfect job. This was like the sweetest moi moi ever. In short, if you try this, you're not going to regret it. You're not going to regret it. I took mine with Gary while others took theirs with pap, and everyone loved it. We ate and ate and ate, and we are just praying that the moi moi wouldn't even finish at all. Help me like, comment and share. See you in my next video.